Why is it that we can sit through a 2-hour movie, fully locked in, but can't stay focused on our goals for 5 minutes? You felt it. You open your laptop to get work done, but end up checking your phone. You start meditating or exercising, and 5 minutes in, you're thinking about lunch or something someone said yesterday. It's like your mind refuses to cooperate. And the worst part? You start blaming yourself. You think you're lazy, weak, broken. But what if you're not broken at all? What if distraction isn't the enemy but the beginning of the journey? And what if the ancient wisdom of Eastern philosophy held the roadmap to mastering your attention, even in today's noisy world? This is the story of Gohan, not the warrior you know, but a version of him you may not have seen. The internal battle, the mental chaos, the constant loop of trying to focus, getting distracted, and feeling like a failure. But this story isn't just about him, it's about you. Because Gohan's real transformation didn't come from training harder. It came from something much deeper, what we'll call the Lotus Method. The lotus is one of the most powerful symbols in Eastern traditions. It grows in the mud, dark, dirty, chaotic. But instead of fighting the mud, it uses it. It rises through it, slowly, patiently, until it blooms in stillness above the surface. That's what Gohan learned to do, and that's what you can learn too. At first, Gohan tried to fight his distractions. He'd meditate, train, read, anything to fix his focus. But it never lasted. That's when he discovered Taoism, and with it, the first lesson of the Lotus Method, flow. Taoism teaches that when you resist something, you give it power. But when you observe it, you disarm it. So instead of saying, I must not get distracted, Gohan began asking, what's pulling my attention, and why? This shift changed everything. He stopped trying to silence his thoughts and started understanding them. Instead of forcing focus, he flowed with the moment. He noticed when his mind drifted and gently brought it back, like a river flowing around rocks. You can try this too. The next time you catch yourself scrolling or zoning out, pause. Ask yourself, what discomfort was I trying to avoid? That awareness is the first step in rising through the mud. But flow without structure can feel chaotic. So Gohan turned to Zen Buddhism, the second petal of the Lotus Method, simplicity and presence. In Zen, there's a saying, when hungry, eat. When tired, sleep. It sounds obvious, but think about how often we do the opposite. We eat while working. We rest while doom scrolling. We try to do everything at once and end up doing nothing well. Gohan simplified his life. No more multitasking. No more mental clutter. When he trained, he trained. When he rested, he rested. Even when he failed, he returned to the breath. That one breath became his reset button. Right now, take one deep breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth. That's Zen. That's presence. And every time you return to it, you strengthen the roots of your lotus. Still, flow and simplicity weren't enough. Gohan needed consistency. That's when he looked to Shaolin discipline, the third petal, structure through action. The Shaolin monks trained not just for physical mastery, but to discipline the mind. Gohan adopted this approach. He stopped waiting for motivation. Instead, he built a routine. He woke up at the same time, trained even when he didn't feel like it. His body became the signal. It's time to focus. What surprised him wasn't how fast he improved, but how much freer he felt. Because routine didn't trap him, it liberated him from chaos. You can start small. Pick one ritual, a stretch in the morning, a journal entry at night, a tech-free hour each day. These small acts are like the stem of the lotus, pushing you steadily toward the surface. As the petals unfolded, Taoist flow, Zen presence, Shaolin structure, Gohan stopped fearing distraction. He realized something powerful. Focus isn't about perfection. It's about return. He still got distracted. He still had off days, but he didn't spiral anymore. He didn't give up. He just came back. Again and again. And that's what made him unstoppable. The world didn't get quieter. His mind didn't become a blank slate, but his relationship with distraction changed. It was no longer a threat. It became part of his training. And this is where it gets personal. Because this story, this method, it isn't just for Gohan. It's for you. You've struggled to focus. You've felt guilty, scattered, exhausted by your own mind. But you are not failing. You are just standing in the mud. and the mud isn't your enemy. It's your beginning. The Lotus Method reminds us that growth isn't about being distraction-free. It's about returning to the breath, returning to the task, returning to yourself. So here's your moment to reflect. What am I really avoiding when I chase distraction? Where can I simplify so I can be more present? What ritual can I commit to, not to be perfect, but to begin? You don't need to escape the noise of the world. You just need to keep coming back to your center. That's how the lotus grows, 1 inch, 1 petal, 1 breath at a time. So the next time your mind wanders, and it will, don't judge it. Smile. You're not off track. You're rising. Just return.